and he wanted to.
I know about this, of course. Yeah.
So Space Giraffe was was his downloadable game on the 360, and I was so excited for Space Giraffe. Because I'm such a Tempest fan, I was just like, yes, Space Giraffe. And no one's holding him back. He can do whatever he wants. Sometimes you need somebody to hold you back.
Sometimes people need to hold you back.
Space Giraffe was just all of the visually insane, like psychedelic stuff of Tempest without any of the actual balance or game design of Tempest.
Right.
Do you mind, by the way, if while we're playing our actual live stream games, I just play TXK?
No, that's how most of my relationships go.
I'll just nod and say,
That sounds appropriate.
Okay. As long as it's something that you're used to and comfortable with, as long as it feels familiar to you.
You know what?
To be ignored.
I just talk so I don't feel lonely. That's really kind of the way,
And I turned it into a career.
Exactly. Wait, hold on. I get paid for this?
Whoa. Sometimes.
Oh.
Man, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, I was sick.
Yeah.
And then I had to travel all over the world. Well, actually, no, just to Southern California and Nevada.
He had found a treasure map in his uncle's mansion, and just had to go for it. There was a scavenger hunt.
My uncle has a mansion?
I don't know.
Yeah, it might be one of them. I think it's a home outside of Tulsa, or something. Maybe. Do I have an uncle? I don't know.
That's something you should know that, like off the top of your head.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the sort of thing you should know, like right off the top of your head. But so yeah. Anyway, TXK came out today. We can't stream that.
Yeah, you can't stream
because
from the
it's
Vita.
on a Vita.
Yeah, it's a challenge with the Vita, the streaming.
But we do have a couple really good games.
All right.
Obviously, we're going to be playing Alan Wake.
The Alan Wake. Fun thing. I ran into many of the people from Remedy while I was at DICE in Vegas.
Was Sam there? Did he mention
Sam
me?
was not there. I almost felt that they didn't let him come just in case he met me, because it would fulfill our needs, our dreams, to actually have Sam Lake there. So
you can't. Sam Lake is really a feeling more than a person. He's sort of a state of mind.
And on that note, I'm hooked on a feeling. Mm-hmm.
High on believing.
Yeah.
That Sam Lake is in love with me.
Yeah.
And our warm-up game is a game that we were going to play last week with Area 5, but we had some technical issues, so we're going to play it today. It is one of my favorite PC releases of the last couple years, and it is now available on Vita and PS3 for $9.99 and $7.99 if you have Plus. It's Dustforce.
Dustforce.
I love Dustforce.
Does it focus more on the dust or the force?
It's balanced really well. You'll
Really? So
find
there's a fair amount of
Dust
dust
fans
and-
are going to be happy.
Oh, good.
Force fans are going to find that there's enough depth for them as well.
You know what? If you can please both, you really have found a special alchemy that, you should bottle it up. Mm-hmm. So what is it about?
This is about, and we have it going up here. Hi, by the way, I'm Anthony.
Oh, I'm Adam. Yeah, right. It's me. I haven't been here for so long. I find these things confusing.
Oh, cool.
We have to redo all the controls?
Reset our controls. Yeah. So I'm going to do that while you tell everybody
I'm going to tell them about stuff. So, So I went down to LA on Monday of last week to play a game that involves some robots and shooting that we'll be talking about tomorrow. All our videos will be going up. Then I went to the Las Vegas for the DICE conference, where we engaged in many interesting interviews with some pretty fun names. We'll be slowly trickling those out.
Okay.
And then yesterday, I went back down to Los Angeles, and that was to see some other fun stuff from Sony, one of which we will be talking about also with videos tomorrow. We're kind of a video machine, because up right now is that game Evolve from Turtle Rock. And which is definitely one of the most exciting games I've seen so far that's been coming out this year.
It's almost as though we're a company that makes videos.
Really, that's strange.
About video games.
It's funny how it works out that way. I thought we were just going to be a company that mines video games. But it turns out there's more to it than that.
We're a company that dances about video games.
I think it'd be good, just the magic of dance. And the magic of video games brought together in one. It's not Swan Lake. It's, I don't know. What's instead of Swan Lake? What Sam Lake.
Sam Lake.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he really is more than just, Sam Lake. So in just in case you guys are knowing, we were trying to move this over to controller, and we're having to input the stuff that, tells the game how we want to organize our buttons. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot of video. We even have more videos of stuff that's coming up on Friday and next week. Yeah, there's a lot of editors working very, very hard right now so we can make embargoes. Because sometimes, we got to turn them around really fast. You have to do that over on D-News? The science embargoes, are they really tight?
No, news is not really important. You can release news whenever you want.
See, that'd be great. I got to try that.
News is like Sam Lake. News is a feeling.
It is a feeling.
All right, I'm in, and I think if you press start, you might be in, and if not, I can...
Start.
No.
Start. Huh.
No?
I'm not popping in.
We'll see what's up.
Okay, so you're playing the guy with the broom.
Yeah, so Dustforce is kind of, the way I described it to you was sort of like a ninja combat game.
Right, now, is that a formal term now?
I don't think it's a formal term, but it certainly gives me an idea of what's being talked about, right?
Okay.
So you immediately picture like wall jumping, double jumping,
right?
Speed combos, stuff like
really
that.
Really pretty. I like this game.
Story mode might be one player. It might be only. It might be only certain stuff that's multiplayer. So I will jump into Dustforce.
Okay, you jump into Dustforce, and I'm going to man this as the kids are saying things. So Adam and Anthony, do you want to build a snowman? We live in San Francisco where the snow is infrequent.
So yes.
Yes, we do. I've never done that in my life.
There's nothing we can do about it. You've never built a snowman?
No, I've never lived where snow is. In fact, I find snow scary.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the only time I've ever been to a place where it snowed is when I lived in London. And I always thought snow was something you go to visit, and then you just kind of pack up and leave quickly.
Okay.
And snow came to me. It was very troubling. I was hanging out with a guy from Botswana that day, and we were just terrified. So, yeah. But yeah, sure, I want to build a snowman. I mean, is that actually done? I always wonder if that was just kind of mythical. Like kids doing something so harmless and benign.
No, I used to do that.
Really?
Yeah. Growing up in New York, I used to, or not growing up in New York, but I was in New York when I was a little kid, and we built snowmen.
Okay. I always thought that was just maybe just kind of a piece of Americana that just didn't belie the truth. So, okay.
All right, so we got multiplayer.
We got multiplayer going?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So
press jump to start.
There we go. Who should I pick?
I like being Oldman.
Well, this guy, does he have a bag on his head? I like that.
Yeah.
I'm all for bags on heads.
So, this is survival combat mode.
Okay.
Spikes will kill you because video games.
Right.
And you should also know that you can stick temporarily.
Wait, are we working together? Or are we not friends?
We're not friends.
Oh, we're not friends. Oh. Well, at least he's more accustomed to life, as we were talking about earlier.
Right. So, leaves.
Oh, spikes.
Because we are janitors, we can sweep up leaves, and that lets us stick to them temporarily.
Oh, spikes. Wait, leaves? Oh, so like, are the leaves points?
They're more like, in single player, yeah, you get these like combos based on them. And you can like kind of run up walls that have leaves and stuff. I was hoping story mode would have multiplayer, but it doesn't. Let me show you.
So are we still not friends?
We're cool. We're all right.
It's a very.
This is just the overworld map.
I know, but it's just I need to get a few licks in before you kick my butt.
Let's do this. I'm gonna bring you over to some beginning levels here.
Ooh, the tome of levels. So you said this has actually been out for a couple of years.
Yeah. This has been out for a while, but it just came out on PlayStation consoles last week.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you into this.
Is it all three of the PlayStation consoles, or?
It's PS3 and Vita.
Oh, not that newfangled one, because they're not paying much attention to that one.
Yeah. Here.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Dust your way around, and you can see...
Is there a dust activity? Okay.
As you run over things, your combo just kind of like... You've got to clear all the dust in the level. And as you run over dust on the ground, it counts as sweeping it.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to hit the dust, and what you can do is you can run up walls that have dust and stick to them.
Uh-huh.
Because you are janitorman.
You know, if I could just run over things and it would clean them up, I would be so much tidier. My wife is watching this now. She knows exactly. I don't know. Sometimes she does, and I say things about her, and she's like, I was watching. Then I have to explain myself. Oops. I'm gonna attack the leaves. Attack
the leaves. Destroy the leaves.
See, if you could make mundane household tasks like this into an adventure,
yeah,
just everything would be different.
I would love it if sweeping gave me the ability to just like ricochet off walls.
I wish I could just ricochet off walls.
You do have a double jump.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
There we go. That's what it got me. Ah! All right.
So you can, I think, yeah, there you go.
Oh, ah! Oh.
And I think hitting dust will reset your double jump to a certain...
All right, we're just gonna grab, boom, boom.
And you can like run up around that. See, and now you're in like super dust mode.
Yeah, I'm like Dusty McDust.
Yeah. I think that's how it's described in the...
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking I might go license that name.
And it's got this kind of Sonic the Hedgehog thing where as you're like getting rid of clumps of dust, little animals are hidden in them.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So you're freeing them.
So the animals don't like the leaves? I'm trying to get more of an understanding of the working internal logic of this.
Dust is taking over everything and it's very untidy.
Yeah, but these are leaves.
Yeah. But they're dead leaves.
Yeah.
Yard work, you know?
And we need our janitors to take care of it.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's asking who does the music for Dustforce, because yeah, this is really good. And it's a guy named lifeformed.bandcamp.com. You can get his stuff. Look out!
Oh, it's attacking me!
Yeah, man.
Hold on, that was...
Dirtiness is evil and turns the things contained within it evil.
Even the idol heads?
Yeah.
What's
See,
that?
That fox is gonna be your friend, but you've got to get the dust off of him, see?
Oh, now we're friends.
Now he's a buddy.
I mean, I'm a little apprehensive. It's not like we're gonna just start, going to Applebee's or something like that. Oh, that's right, I have a heavy attack.
I like how that bear was so mad. Now
he's
it's just
hibernating.
A sleepy bear.
Did you hear that bears aren't hibernating in California right now because of the drought and it's been too warm?
Really?
Yep.
I know that everything is all messed up. I know that all the flowers, like all the blooming flowers around our street and in our neighborhood are blooming like it is not winter right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy time here.
Dogs and cats living together.
That was quite fun.
Mass hysteria. Yeah. Go to
Just in kind of the way that if you actually clean something and you succeed at it, you're like, hey, I did that.
I enjoyed that.
I feel more relaxed.
So every door is a different level, so you can just run to whichever.
Every door has its key. It's a saying. I used to say.
Lady Duster, let's dust. So you can jump up on that, and then just ride it. See, and this is the level where they start showing you like, oh, you can keep moving. Like, oh, there's a lot of momentum involved in this.
Oh, let's go back up there. So you can do a dashy dash.
Yep.
There we go.
I like
that we're
still in a forest, but it's a roller coaster forest. It's got this sort of, you know how unapologetically I love the game Nights into Dreams.
Yep.
It's got that kind of vibe. There's a forest level in Nights that's a forest that has like traffic signs and like little bits of road on it.
Well, that sounds just whimsical.
It's super whimsical, and that's what this game is.
I mean, who doesn't like a little bit of whimsy? Hey, who are these friends?
X-Lord Reven asks, hey, I wasn't here. Who's the developer of Dustforce? It's a Hitbox team, and I believe Capcom published the port. I don't know if they ported it themselves.
I'm playing another Lady Duster.
Yeah, Kid Duster.
You're right.
Whimsy Kid Duster. Watch out for them spikes.
Whoa.
Here you go.
Hold on, this is, I mean, the land of dusting just got really malevolent.
Dusting's real. Dusting is a very clear and present danger, my friend.
Ah, didn't.
So, and then there are other things that you get for getting through these levels perfectly, like getting everything, doing everything super quickly. Your ranking will give you silver and gold keys that you use to unlock later levels. And also, it's just fun.
Oh, this is not going to work out well for anybody.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it. No, you didn't do it.
Let's do it again. Oh, boy. Let's pay attention here, Adam. Yes.
So this level is starting to teach you about mobility and chaining. Like, you'll see, like, you get your double jump, and then if you hit an enemy in the air, you get another double jump after that if you destroy the enemy.
So I'm still trying to understand better how we conflate leaves with dust.
You know, it starts.
I did that.
See? Right? That's
did
satisfying,
that.
right?
Wow.
Once you start
I just have no confidence in myself, Anthony.
Once you start like getting these chains together, it's insane because this really is a game about ninjas, but they just happen to be janitors.
You know what? Because all of us have that in us, right? Mm-hmm. Is that it?
Janitors or ninjas?
Janitor ninjas.
We have the ability to be janitors and ninjas, each and every one of us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember your heavy attack as well.
I was just too fast because kid cleaner. Mm-hmm. You want to show me one of those? You know.
Yeah.
Forgive me, everybody.
I haven't played in a little while.
This silly little noise down here. I got to turn this off. Yep.
Man, I always forget you death grip controllers.
I know.
You really do.
It's a condition. It's called lack of confidence. This game is a big learning curve, but the one thing I would say about that is I got into it pretty fast, as we all saw. And
I haven't played in a while, so I'll see how much I can actually show off here, but answer, not much.
Hitting enemies in midair effectively gives you another double jump. If you're curious, you should do a quick YouTube search to see high-level play. I can only imagine. Maybe we should have like a Dustforce competition here.
There we go. Getting back into it. Getting back into it. Nope.
Oh!
I wanted to jump, dash, jump. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't use the dash button too much, except when I knew I had a long jump I needed to make.
Yeah. I want to get that. I refuse to give that up.
I guess what I find quite impressive is this game is going to live or die on controls. Mm-hmm. And the level of finesse that it allows you, I wouldn't have expected that playing this.
Yeah, and especially, here we go. Oh, why? Why am I bad? Why am I bad at Dustforce?
You're not bad, you're just poor.
Thank you. Where I came from, where I grew up, bad and poor were the same.
Well, that's East Coast.
So I was always both at once. I should have mapped my... I want to map my...
What console is this on? Someone is like putting in all caps. It's on the PS3 and the Vita. And it's on the PC.
All right.
2 games that use giants in their gameplay, Evolve and Titanfall.
Nope.
There's a sense of verticality to Evolve, like climbing a tree to wait for your prey. There is verticality, but I never climbed a tree, but you can definitely, a part of it is lying in wait. So.
Yeah, that looks good. I'll play that. I'll play that game.
It really is a neat game. It's like the best hide and go seek ever.
Okay, that's my dash, that's my heavy.
Yeah. So in other news, I'm having oxtail stew tonight.
How's that?
It's going to be good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never had that.
I mean, I'll just always go for the oxtail, you know? It's got the really good fat and the marrow and the... There we go.
Nope.
There. Just got to believe in yourself, Anthony.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that the secret?
Yeah. You just got to say,
Man.
I can do it.
I haven't played this in months, and I am just terrible now.
Well, you're doing one of the... Oh, that was like hidden spikes. Yeah, I'm going to go home and kind of boot this one up once I have free time, which may be never.
Ooh.
It's crazy because you know exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it's just somehow just transmitting that to your fingers. The fact that you can reverse direction during the jump is...
And it's nice that it like, the layout of the leaves definitely tells you what you want to do as well. And then it just becomes a matter of like, have I learned the control well enough to do that?
Look at you, special man.
Now we're doing things. Now we're dusting stuff.
So it's interesting, when I first saw the, the versus aspect of it, I thought, well, then we just do this with Needhog, but this is a much different.
Yeah, you can see how this one's going to be more about mobility.
What's with the sudden interest in Dustforce? Heard a few places mention it in the past week or so. Probably the PS3 and Vita release.
Yep.
Let's see.
Ooh.
So he says, how does Dustforce play on controller? I find the platforming very intuitive on the keyboard. I mean, this type of game on a keyboard, I think I would have had a really tough time.
Yeah, I was not a super fan of it on the keyboard, but it did make sense. Like, that's what they built it with. So.
I mean, platformers, I know, it's interesting. I mean, I think of platformers, I think of buttons. Is that heretical? Am I going to have the Master Race people coming after me with
Well, especially things like
snot?
precision platformers, right? Like, you think about the... I don't know, like, I can't imagine. You can play Super Meat Boy on a keyboard if you want to. Like, that option is available to you. You can do it.
I think that's kind of my Sartrean version of hell. Say, Adam, there's only one game and it's Super Meat Boy, and we only have a keyboard and mouse for you. And then I just start crying, and they go, ha ha ha.
Oh, man.
Let's see. I wonder if the Alan Wake stuff will ever get a tweet from the devs. I think we've actually seen a couple.
Remedy retweeted us about our
They're following what we're doing.
We're
not that unknown.
Sam Lake knows that we're doing. Sam Lake knows that this is happening.
He's probably chuckling to himself.
And he hasn't spoken to us.
Nope.
He is not returning our love.
Yeah.
He knows we love him.
Or my calls. Or when I'm outside his house at 2 o'clock in the morning, just kind of whimpering.
He knows. He got that lock of hair I sent him.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Which was oddly enough his own hair.
Yeah. I'm giving this back.
Yeah.
It's too perfect for me to own.
Black Flag says, Sessler, you seem like 20 years old to me. He may have meant that as a negative, but that is the sweetest thing. You know, I definitely don't look, nor do I feel like 20 years old. And I don't even remember what I did when I was 20. Oh yeah, that's when it was snowing in London. And I hung out with the guy from Botswana. And we were both talking about how we're supposed to handle cold.
Botswana. I decided I could not do that bit the way they wanted me to.
Yeah, for the sake of the kids, Anthony. So what's actually just happened there with the timer?
What just happened?
Or maybe I didn't notice the bar and the timer. Is that the combo? Is that your combo bar? Wow. That was
my special dust attack with that bar. That's what you do.
Well, bravo. Top Dustforce players use a mix of keyboard gamepads? Really? How is that possible?
A mix of the two?
Like holding one in each hand?
I would like to see that. I
really would like to see that.
I will look up a video of high-level Dustforce play.
Where would you find those?
Where do you get videos on the internet?
I don't know.
Anybody?
I mean, I'm just going to those blogs and the boards where the people talk to each other. I'm going to have to look for this. So if you guys know where we can find videos on the internet, let us know.
Yeah.
Leaf it to the janitor. Someone said. Oh, that's rich.
You did it, man. You did it.
Nothing like a good pun. Wait, you guys play video games?
Now, not
play
well.
is kind of a weird word to use.
We certainly interact with video games.
Yeah. I mean, I consider video games to be a great background for my talking. Yargles.
That's going to be the end of me. I can feel it.
So while I was gone, anything exciting happen? Anything happen in science?
No.
No, nothing.
Nah, nothing's really happening in science right now. It's
That's
a real
too
bad
bad.
time to be alive.
And on that note, kids. Man, that is a tough jump.
That is a tough jump. And you know what's funny is, like, I know
You can watch pro replays in-game once you finish a level. They're built into the game.
we should do that.
Yeah. I feel horrible about ourselves afterwards.
We should just sit and watch a pro replay of this.
Wouldn't that be great
Instead
if we
of
did a
playing
live
it.
stream of us watching other things?
We should just do a live stream of us watching other people's live streams.
I think that's a great idea. It's so meta. Yeah, you really have no option but to do that. I thought I was who made sounds like that when they get frustrated.
There we go.
There we go. Oh, the crops are saved.
Dustforce!
Yeah. You just forgot about all the anger and frustration.
I mean, that's the thing about a game like this, right? It's usually like 5 minutes of F this, F this, F this, F this, and then yes!
And happiness and joy. Oh. I mean, this is like the Spelunky of games.
Don't. Don't you. You seen that sloth in Spelunky?
What?
There's a sloth now.
There is?
Yeah. If you keep clicking on the dog as your damsel, you get to have a sloth.
Wouldn't that be cool if you could have a sloth?
Sloths are disgusting. Sloths are disgusting, tiny, walking ecosystems. You know that, right?
Well,
Like
no, I'm not the science guy.
Okay, so sloths have tiny like bugs, parasites, etc. that live inside of them. They grow this like weird algae on them and stuff too. And what happens is they climb down from the tree to let these tiny bugs eat their feces off the ground. The sloth will go to the bathroom on the ground. The bugs will like eat the feces, leave eggs in the feces, come back onto the sloth along with whatever new bugs have been born out of the old feces, and then the sloths go up into the tree.
Okay, I'm never going to ask you a question again.
Sloths are disgusting, man.
Okay. So you know what? It is the halfway mark. I think it's time.
Yep.
I think it's time, guys. It's
Dustforce. If you're better than us, it's a real good game.
Yeah.
I should have, honestly, to do justice to this game.
Why is the sloth helping out the parasites?
Because it's a tiny little ecosystem on the sloth.
But so it's like Horton Hears a Who?
Yeah, because I think the deal is that the little mites or whatever also.
Do they do anything for him? Like,
yeah, I think they also like bring the spores around and stuff that kind of help the trees grow. It's a nightmare.
that just sounds like a deal that the sloth isn't winning in.
It's an ecological nightmare.
That's horrible. Where do sloths live?
Trees.
Well, I just don't want to go to where the sloths are. Man, that benign little face is hiding something so horrific.
I mean, they're adorable. Like if you're not like combing their hair. You know, that's the other thing.
No,
that's
they're
why,
not adorable
that's why
anymore. There's nothing adorable about
when
it.
sloths like comb themselves, like you see them combing themselves and combing their young, they do it real slowly. And it's not just because they evolved to have these kind of slow
Burly-ass
metabolisms
claws.
or whatever. By moving slowly, they don't disturb the flies and other things that live on them. They give the bugs time to move.
This is like Horton Hears a Who. This is really weird.
Yeah.
Man, you just ruined nature.
I'm sorry, man.
Wow. I wonder if anyone else feels this way. Oh.
Mark DeLeghetto says, I'm glad I'm not eating.
I'm glad you're not eating either.
Jump in on some Wake.
All right, now guys, forgive
Sloths
me.
are the Alan
Muscle
Wake.
memory is not going to be at its finest. I know everyone thinks I'm the worst player ever. I'm the second worst player ever. Worst player ever. He lives out of town, so we haven't had him on yet. All right. Yay.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Yeah.
Now she's missing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Alice. I woke up behind the wheel.
Yeah, we didn't talk about how good that dive is. I mean, that's like Lou Dana's style.
Yeah, he just, out of nowhere.
Well, maybe he has a hidden past.
Alice and I had stayed
A
out,
diving past.
but the cabin had disappeared.
You
A
know?
hidden diving past. Speaking of Americana, Anthony, you'd love the TV show Haven. I haven't watched Haven.
Haven?
Oh. Little flashback.
This is the flashback in New York City because he's a writer.
He's a writer. That's
where
they live.
you live if you're a writer because it's so affordable.
Back here, sweetie.
Oh man.
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up. Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
Why
I
would
guess
you
you're
put
gonna need
coffee
that
on if
coffee
there's a
then.
whole thermos?
I'll go put it
Okay.
on.
Because, you know, it's his thermos.
Right.
It's not their thermos.
If you touch Alan Wake's thermos, he flies into a rage.
All right, so let's see. That's not a kitchen.
No.
That's the dining room. I bet the kitchen's nearby. This is, you know,
You know, the game does have just like a little radar.
I am trying to compliment Remedy on their exceptional interior design skills, okay?
Alan Wake doesn't know that radar exists, and I'm playing as though I was Alan Wake.
I'm method, okay, when it comes to the Alan Wake.
If I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Had it been established before that the wife was a photographer?
I believe this is the first
Hey,
time.
I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding.
Do you think, yeah, I've already been to the study, so I know where I am. See, I'm like a step ahead of the game. I'm gonna examine.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the
I like
last
that there's a
time.
manuscript
Oh, it's
page
Barry.
for what's going on right now in his flashback to the
Alan,
past.
Please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Fuse boxes, they play a lot of roles in video games.
Yeah.
When was the last time you checked a fuse
Honey,
box?
it's a power outage.
So,
I've got
I
a
live
flashlight.
in an extremely old building. There are a lot of like super old buildings here in San Francisco, right?
Is it a Pueblo?
I live in a yurt. And
Okay.
I live in one of the earliest structures. No, it's you know, one of these old Victorian
worry.
houses that's
We'll
been
just
turned
break
into
out the
apartments, and it runs.
I know, it's
Everything overloads it because when it was built, you had a lamp. That's what you had. You had a light, and then you maybe had like
Right,
one
right.
extra thing to plug in. And you were like, man, electricity's the jam. This is great.
You invite the neighborhood over to come check out your lamp.
Wait until
You want to read after 9?
Wait until everyone has a phonograph and we can share music.
That was early Napster back then.
So if you plug, you know, we have one outlet in every room, so I have to, in my living room, plug in 2 power strips to
Right.
one outlet to run everything. And then the building is split between
What
me and a bunch of
neighborhood is
neighbors.
this?
The Mission.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so I'm very
I
often
forgot.
going down and
You're,
flipping
you're,
resets.
you're that age.
I'm that
And
guy.
in the Mission, you know, with the kids. Yeah, I was out there a couple weekends back.
Yeah?
Their good friend Curtis, after we were, he was on the couch on Friday. Man, that neighborhood has changed.
Yo, that's an expensive apartment that the Wakes live in.
Well, he's a big writer.
He's a very fancy writer.
All right, back to Bright Falls.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
Oh, pretty good, all things considered.
My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave the house.
Very well.
I couldn't let them fix me up and put me into good shape.
Because
I had to die because my wife is missing.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me.
see, he seems like a friendly chap.
I like how everyone in a position of authority in a small town in any story is always coming back from hunting or fishing or going hunting or fishing.
Well, yeah, in a lot of movies and shows, like the doctors rarely perform medicine. They tend to be doing more outdoor activities.
Yeah, they come in and they like lay down their tackle box and they're like, so what's wrong with you?
Deputy Grant, the bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them.
Oh no, you thought everything was good.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
I love her.
Is Sarah
I'll
outside?
come back later on to remind you, just in case.
We need to go back this way. Hold on.
Well, there might be is there a
Mr. Wake,
manuscript or a
the
thermos
sheriff
in
is
that
waiting
server
for you in
room?
our office down the corridor.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't forget the thermos.
Cannot.
All right, so let's go figure out where Sarah is. I'm using that
You get all the
smaller map.
thermoses.
Hold on. Missing people.
Oh man, I know where they are. I hacked them to death in the woods. They got real creepy.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Look at that.
That's a
That's a full
polite-
service
yeah.
police station.
Usually they just
My
put it in
men
a
are
little
already on
baggie,
it
right? And they
now.
put it
Yeah.
aside.
What happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
You know,
I
if your
wanted to
wife
tell
is
her what
missing.
happened
Yeah.
I've learned
last
this watching a
night,
lot
but
of
I
Law and Order.
couldn't.
Don't say
Lock
the
me
last thing you did was arguing.
Yeah.
Not a good
Excuse me.
idea.
I
It's a
need to
pro
take
tip.
this.
Everybody tries to cover their tracks in exactly the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
Like
We were arguing out there when I was chopping wood.
we were arguing and I was waving my gun around.
Yeah.
Who is this?
All right, that's right.
Back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker.
Mount Lover says, I couldn't tell them about the hallucinations or the 30 gallons of coffee I drank in the past 2 days.
Or my strange thermos obsession. Do you think that he's like making a suit of armor out of the thermos?
If you
Wait,
collect all the thermoses, he gets his super evolution.
what's plural for thermos?
The early
Thermi?
morning light
Is it
hurt my
thermi?
eyes and
Ooh,
No, I
thermite.
think it's
the man on the
thermoses.
phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Turn on the radio, turn on the radio.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff.
Yeah.
Had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest.
Let me tell you something, man. I know Deer Fest brings a lot of money in. It's good for the economy, but these kids who come in for Deer Fest and trash our town every year,
It's just.
it's ridiculous.
I don't think the trade-off is working the town's advantage anymore. It's not the Deer Fest it once was.
Ever since MTV broadcasted live from Deer Fest,
It really, it's kind of,
brought
you
in
know.
a different sort of
It's like when
crowd.
Jesus and Mary Chain went on Miami Vice. It just.
The caller had told
Yeah.
me to find
Who did you think was gonna get that?
There are probably a couple people my age.
Get that in the chat.
There's probably a few people my age who might watch this live stream. Identify yourselves now. It is essential.
What's your favorite Bosco and Honey cartoon?
What? I like to sip out of my pogo mug.
Alice's driver's license had been placed in the
All right, we got to examine the junker. Now that's a term I've never used. Junker.
Junker?
Yeah.
Ow, thank God.
I've driven a couple of junkers.
I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the
God,
sheriff's
Barry
station.
Wheeler.
Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
All right.
When are
now
we just
then.
gonna get our Christian Bale, Paul Giamatti, Alan Wake movie?
You know what? We are only gonna get the Alan Wake movie we deserve, not the one we want. All right, now out of the sheriff's station.
My punches are dynamite.
It's amazing how Alan could just roam anywhere in the sheriff's
Yeah,
station.
he's just allowed to go back there with the cells. Yes,
Away from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it.
Alan.
The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible.
Do you
here.
think he
I'll write the
has a
story. I'll
closet
save
full
her.
of identical tweed blazers and hoodies, like Inspector Gadget?
Yeah, or like Seth Brumble. You know.
Is that another
His
radio?
voice thermite?
Hit that green button. It's blinking, and it's a video game. Touch it.
I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
My punches are dynamite says, I'm having difficulty visualizing what a real sloth looks like right now. I'm only seeing the Pokemon based on a
feeling any
sloth in
better?
my head. Something went wrong with my brain. You need 3 more thermoses of
Something to
coffee at
talk
least.
about.
Under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need
Alan,
to know
now
where
you're
you're
acting
staying
funny.
so I can get in touch
Yeah.
with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are
So I'm
pretty
curious,
nice
if anyone's
though.
in the chat that has been like, a suspect in an investigation, how did you
Did you
act
talk to my wife?
in real life? Were you informed by all the mistakes we see in our pop culture?
The best thing you can do is just get real squirrely.
Yeah.
My clinic
Have you
is
ever
a
met
place
anyone who
where
talked back to the cops?
Take it easy.
Except when they were drunk.
I mean, when I was,
Get your hands
Yeah.
off of my client.
yes,
I'm Barry
Okay, I'll rephrase this.
it doesn't end well.
When the
for them.
cops ask for your assistance, so you haven't done anything wrong,
Yeah.
and you just give them lip.
I mean, I have some friends that, I've had some friends in the past that do that are that kind of person, that are just like,
Mr. Wake,
you can't talk to me. You've got no reason to talk to me, and that's like
Right.
what they're thinking in their head. And so immediately, the kind of dudes that just want to prove to the cops that the cops can't do anything to
Yeah.
them, which is exactly the wrong thing to try to prove in your life.
It's not a good idea. I don't recommend it.
But no, anytime if a police officer asks me something and I haven't done anything,
Told Barry
Yeah.
like, yeah, I just
Like,
give
hey,
them an answer.
did you see anything around here?
The fact that I'd written
Although actually, I had an interaction with the cops a couple months ago. A strange, crazy person threatened me right outside my building while I was having my cup of coffee.
What?
And he had made a mess at the church across the street. And I saw the cops investigating the mess at the church, and I kept on trying to wave to them like, he's over here.
Yeah.
It took too long.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact,
Like I don't know how much you have to gesticulate to get the cops' attention.
Did you have your signal flags with you?
I forgot to bring them down.
That's why you always keep your signal
I
flags
know.
with you.
Kids, keep your signal flags with you.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's
What they told you in sex ed in 6th grade is true.
Yeah.
Always have your signal flags with you.
Always, yeah. You had it in 6th grade.
Mr. Wake.
Yeah.
Later.
That's good. Oh, Barry.
Max.
Brian Fetto says, can the Rev3 rating system use thermoses instead of stars?
I just a thought. You know what? We're going to think about that.
This is not
Might as
her
well.
fault.
Maybe
She's
when
a
Sam
very
Lake comes and
nice
visits us.
girl, and more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful
Ooh,
when I was
Barry.
looking for
Barry,
you.
I don't
Seriously,
think
Al,
you're
Let's bump Barry.
doing
in
what
the
you...
car, just
Barry,
listen to yourself.
Barry
What,
seems
you
nervous.
shot a guy,
Yeah.
And his body just disappeared.
He's highly
When was the last time you
agitated.
slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week. And someone's got Alice.
Shut up, thermos.
And everything's
Look, Barry,
just-
I'm very mad at you and we're confronting each other, but I feel drawn to this thermos.
Could be a bestseller. But when you start
Do you think he has a
confusing
thermos
fiction with
necklace?
reality,
That's my... That's my favorite thing about these games that, that do a lot of real-time dialogue when you have freedom in the environment. It's just kind of like really emotionally charged scenes lose a lot of their punch because you're just like walking around like, I wonder if there's something to collect over here.
But mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bugtooth Charlie.
Registration form from the desk.
Just go and meet a kidnapper? Those situations always
There
end
it
up
is.
in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing.
It seems
Barry should be far more irritated with Alan
Yeah.
right now.
Barry, just keep going. I can.
This is the form you wanted?
Yeah, talk.
I'll
I
get
can
the
hear you.
gist.
I can hear you.
I can hear through glass. Is the thing about me.
Freak me out? It's working.
Guys, this is kind of what a
Let's
pitch
have a
meeting is in
Barry.
television
Well,
too.
you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now. Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air.
It's where are the
A
keys?
guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms.
I love in every story like this, you have to have this scene.
Oh, sure. It's
You have to have this scene where the confidant reminds you that you're crazy.
It's like, I don't believe you.
Like in depth, like has to
Jokes about
recall
people who believe
everything.
That kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long
Somebody
lecture
has
on
to be there to
homeopathy
tell the
last
character
month.
that this
What was it?
craziness is
If
not
there's
like
no
them.
proof,
Right.
it's pure
And that only the character in the audience are like, but it is. We've been there. We've seen the danger. And the danger wears a hat.
And Tertius says, yeah, good question. Anybody here commit murder but get away with it due to lack of evidence? Let us know. Bashman19, like, comment, and subscribe if you've murdered a man.
He said to come alone.
What? It's not so. It's not common.
I believe
to have
it,
a run-in with the
I believe
police.
at the end of episodes of Maury, there they solicit people like that.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
I think it's time for some words of wisdom
Sure, enlighten me.
by Shigesato Itoi. It's been a while since we've done this.
Just be careful with
When
the
I was
names,
young,
Al. These
I gave my
yokels are
grandpa one of the
dangerous.
chocolate almonds I was
Everybody
eating.
hates a tourist.
He pulled the almond out of his mouth and said,
All over again.
hey, there's a seed in this. Old people. It's an old person joke.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
I thought old people only smell funny.
This is the thing. Sam Lake, Shigesato Itoi. These are people where if they say something that seems stupid, they may just be on 90 levels deeper than you are.
Yeah,
You know what I
think
mean?
You're right. Is there a thermos
The
in here?
almond probably represents something.
Ooh, hold on. Pick up. I saw pick up. Manuscript page.
I knew I should have
There
gone to
we
the
go.
cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd
I
ever
knew
done,
I should have gone
but
to
I
the
was
cops.
still angry
Why
with
did you
Barry
just
for
spend
trying to
8
talk me
minutes
into it.
screaming about not going to the
So
cops?
he didn't
then?
go to the cops despite Barry.
Yeah.
The cops
He was-
wouldn't scare them.
He was in the police station. Why now? Why now, Alan? What changed?
Is there a thermos over here? Is there evil over there?
Probs.
There's just, can we have a day without evil? That's probably what Alan's thinking.
A Day Without Evil. That was a Mitch Albard book.
It was?
Yeah, it was like the 5 people you see in heaven. He also wrote A Day Without Evil. I don't know. It just
Yeah.
sounds like it.
What was the book he wrote?
The 5 people you meet in heaven.
What's that?
Tuesdays with Maury. He's one of those guys who writes like shows up on Oprah's book club.
Really?
Everybody's mom finds it super motivational.
You know what I
kind
really
of
loved about the Oprah's book club? She got people to read Toni Morrison. Which I think is just kind of awesome.
When Barry asked Alan if he was high, how did we all miss the opportunity to make a comment about Alan Wake and Bake? Nice one, Lord Revan. Sparrow Elling, apropos of nothing, just wants to let us all know that True Detective is outstanding. I haven't watched it yet.
The show was so good. The hour that I saw last Sunday was one of the finest hours of television.
I keep hearing about this crazy De Palma, like 6-minute tracking shot.
I didn't even realize it was one until I was reading about it. But it involves having to put one of the cameras onto a jib, which clearly then was taken off a jib by another cameraman.
That's so crazy.
It is so badass.
I'm gonna catch up on the first few episodes this weekend.
It's just, I usually watch each episode twice.
Somebody told me, like, the reason I didn't do it is somebody told me the first episode is like real dark. Like they're real.
And the second and the third and the fourth.
They're like, it's super, super dark.
There's not much in
and I just
the
had
show.
a ton to do this weekend. And I could not go into a dark place.
Oh, but it's not like your dark place. It's like someone, thermos.
Beethoven the Fifth says, "You know those trees are just brimming with sloths." Somehow you just made Alan Wake even creepier. Help Rusty. He needs you.
Where is Rusty?
He's in there. Help Rusty and the dog. Save Toby the dog.
I'm back here.
Oh man.
Hey, look.
Rusty.
I completely took this from Outlast.
You need
Mr. Wake?
You're gonna need that blood, Rusty.
It should be on the inside.
Hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark.
See, they're all
You'll come
racist
back for
in these
me?
small towns.
You must.
Yep.
The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty.
Oh, Drifter
Hang on.
1432
I'll be
says he
right
picked
back.
up a Hobonichi.
Look at that.
Right on, man.
Do you get kickbacks?
I don't.
You're so corrupt,
I
you
just
gaming
love
press.
this thing.
Page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
All right, let's get the lights on. Yeah, that could have been another name for this game. Get the lights on.
Get the lights on.
Let's illuminate
Make
this.
sure that Rusty
Super
was
get the
safe
lights
was to
on.
Get the power running and the lights back on.
Super needs to come back as a prefix for video games.
Why not? I mean, we have enough things that are like the first outing, and then you get to do the super version of it. Oh boy.
Pick up that manuscript
Man.
page.
Where'd it go?
There it is.
There it is. Well, that's not the way to go. The door is locked.
Internesis says, man, people keep saying it was a De Palma 6-minute shot, but I saw it as a Cuarón 6-minute shot. Okay. I mean, there are stylistic differences between the two, but I feel like De Palma's the guy who
Yeah, well,
who
our
made
editor
that.
was actually talking about Antonioni and Robert Altman.
Yep, Altman.
And of course, the original was Orson Welles. Touch of Evil. Man, I like that movie.
Altman. I rewatched The Long Goodbye this
God,
weekend for
I
the
love
first time in
Oh, that is one of the greatest movies ever.
You guys, if you like noir movies,
And you like Elliot Gould, and you want to see
Arnold
Arnold
you should like
Schwarzenegger.
Elliot Gould. Elliot Gould, I feel like people don't. He hasn't been as enduring a star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't see a lot of like Elliot Gould retrospectives or anything like that. But Elliot Gould was awesome.
He was. I mean, after MASH, I mean, he is.
He was the biggest thing for a while. And Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye is such a good, like, noir detective story that's also kind of
Very quirky.
Quirky and tongue-in-cheek about
it
noir
is- it's,
detective stories.
I mean, the movie made some people very angry who were really into, like, who were
Remember your Left
traditionalists with
Bumper Duck.
Raymond Chandler. That's right.
Left bumper duck and then left bumper hold to run.
Oh boy, I got to reload weapon and insert a battery. What's the run button again? Ah!
Left bumper.
Nikes. Well, that was tense.
Alan Wake.
All right, now let's get back to Rusty. Uh-oh. Guess who's not there?
Rusty!
Had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
A mammoth-sized hole, you say?
That's...
Don't feed the animals.
Uh-oh. Dead dog.
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license. Obey the park ranger's instructions at all times.
Man, I wish I could do Darkness voice.
Okay, where's the angry park ranger? Park ranger.
Ah! He's right behind you!
You're so angry, Mr. Park Ranger. There he is. He's coming.
Get him, get him.
Wow. So have I wiped the darkness from him yet?
No.
I better replace the battery. You're being all fast and scurrilous.
005 says, deep down, the Taken are just guys trying to save energy, and Alan Wake keeps turning the power on.
You're right.
The Taken are the ultimate environmentalists.
Oh, man, this is harder
Man,
than...
shoot at him, shoot at him. It won't hurt him, but maybe it'll slow him down. There you go.
Got him.
Got him. Sorry, Rusty.
Do you think there's any subtextual thing to like the Ranger having to take that many batteries? I mean bullets? Batteries. All right. Gotta get to Lover's Peak. Don't know if we're gonna make it there. Oh boy, evil.
What are the weapons?
Yeah, I can't remember. What's the weapon switch
D-pad.
button? Is it D-pad?
Just the pistol, okay. Stupid cops stealing all our cool weapons.
I'm out of ammo. What happens here at this point? I don't remember how you handle that.
Oof. There's got to be ammo somewhere.
Oh yeah, look at that. Like, yeah, look who knows how to dodge stuff. Yeah. You see, man, this is not a good moment to not have ammo.
Remember that if you hold down the button after you duck, you'll sprint.
That's right. Let's get back in here, maybe.
Woo!
They might have bullets in here.
Yeah, Ranger's got to have bullets. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yeet. That's not a good place to get caught.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez. That's,
oh, boy.
Oh, golly. Oh,
I think Alan's about to take it, and we're gonna...
you can... Oh, come on, man.
There's no way I can get past him.
I believe in you. Shine your light at him.
I'll shine your light. Shine your light on me.
Do it.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Force him back. Force him back.
I'll force you back. Carboni.
Never give up.
Never retreat.
Keep going.
I think what we found one of them there. All right, so we're gonna. So before we end this, Anthony.
Yeah.
You and everyone at Rev3Games, they make the videos.
Sure.
I don't make the videos. I felt that I needed to do this. I needed to take a shot at it.
You mean like nuts and bolts, like actually...
make a video and help promote Rev3Games.
Okay.
And so I have, and I want to show it to you before we put it out there on the interwebs. And obviously to America, who's watching us here.
So this is like you shot and you edited.
I made it. I had a couple great ideas about how we can make a more compelling case to get more viewers. Because we need to get the numbers up because that's what they expect of us.
Okay.
So excuse me, Anthony.
Yes.
And all you guys, check out our newest ad campaign for Rev3Games. I'm Adam Sessler, and I'm inviting you to take a journey to the next generation of video games. On the internet. Video form. It's called Rev3Games. Every week, we give the world incredible shows, like Casual Friday.
It's 3 people in a room, drinking beer.
Internet Rabbit Hole.
I have tiny eyes and gigantic ears.
Sessler something. Address the Sess. Don't forget, the best reviews in the universe. The Adam and Anthony live stream. No! And our unparalleled interviews. And it's all free.
We can't make a living.
So stop living in that old media cave of words and pictures. Join us at Rev3Games. It's perfect. I think I hit the zeitgeist, huh?
The strangest part of it to me is you'd think that I remembered specifically looking into a camera and saying that for you.
No. It was at the Christmas party. I was like, hey, what are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I feel real good about that, man.
Good. I think it's a game changer.
I think it's your first edited video.
I'll tell you this one. This Jesus and Mary chain ain't going on no Miami Vice.
You can't do that.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching this live stream. I'm Adam Sessler, at Adam Sessler on Twitter.
I'm Anthony Carboni. I'm at A Carboni. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, to subscribe, and if you're watching this on Twitch, to follow us and favorite us, because our lives are empty. And if we don't see those numbers go up,
our lives are emptier.
Yeah, we get
and
real,
so our
real
stomachs,
sad.
because that's how we eat.
We have to keep filling ourselves
we have a ton
with
of stuff already up on the game Evolve. Tomorrow and for the rest of the week, there will be a torrent of preview coverage of a lot of games coming out for the rest of the year, including the one called Titanfall. Yeah, that might get your attention.
What's that one about?
Stuff.
I like stuff.
Anyway, everyone, thank you so much. We'll do it again soon.